Parents of Reddit, what is the best, weird flex but okay, moment you've seen from your child? When my kid was potty training, he was in a phase where he loved temporary tattoos. We used tattoos as a reward for a successful potty trip. He got so many he was covered on both arms, back and chest. We didn't think much of it, living in Seattle, until one summer day we took him to the wading pool. For one of the first times in public, we took his shirt off, and he strode out into the pool with his toddler abs and Thomas the Tank Train shorts, looking like he had just finished a hard set of reps at the free weights in the prison yard. My daughter, 3, can poop in the backyard without anyone knowing. I picked it up for weeks wondering why the dog's poop looked so weird. I looked out of the sliding glass door one day while my girls were playing. I saw my 3-year-old pooping in the middle of the yard. Her older sister, 5, sprayed her with the water hose as soon as the log hit the ground. It was a spectacular scene, and I will never let them forget it. When my son was about 6, he was in the back seat with a friend, and he boasted that he had once thrown up his entire Chinese dinner on his bedroom carpet and you could see the food and everything. My 7-year-old daughter didn't want our house guests to go in her room because they might see her awards, good grades, taekwondo belts. She worried they would think she was famous. When my brother was 2 or 3, he rolled down the car window to get the attention of the gas station attendant and shouted, "Hey mister, I got a penis." He had a mullet, if that helps paint a better picture. My 5-year-old son woke up with his voice hoarse from a cold. Me, "Oh, you've got a cold." Him, solemnly, "No, I think I'm a man now." When my son was potty training, I started letting him do the cleanup, then I'd have to finish. After a bit of this, he figured he was pretty well good to go on his own, and he was very big boy about it. So for the next couple of weeks, he'd do his thing, which always included stripping naked, then come running out to wherever I was, bend over with his cheeks spread, and shout, "Hey, mom, I wiped my butt all by myself. Look it." There are lots of members of our family tree, and I'm probably the prettiest one, don't you think? My daughter, to me, age 7. She is an identical twin, so kind of a weird flex. Just a couple days ago, my 2-year-old son woke up, so I went to change him. I pulled his jammy pants off, then went to undo the diaper, and the whole time he has this look on his face, like he's waiting for something. I pull the diaper off the front of him, and boing, he's got a boner. He even smiled big, and threw his arms up at the moment of reveal, like tada. When I wasn't appropriately amazed, and merely continued with changing him, he pointed at it and said, loudly and forcefully, "That's mine." Yes, my dear, that is your penis. Congratulations. My kid, 5, is obsessed with cars. Lives and breeds motorsport. He's driving his go-kart in the driveway and our neighbors yell over, "Wow, you're amazing, kiddo." And kid yells back, dead serious, "I know. I'm a better driver than most of the grown-ups I know." He's honestly not wrong. Not a parent, but I teach swimming lessons. This one 5-year-old first day of lessons was like, "I'm not very good at kicking." So I said, "That's okay. Nobody is perfect at everything." Dead serious, he just goes, "No, I'm perfect at everything." Tonight my 3-year-old stopped midway up the stairs and turned slowly to me and said, "Mom, earlier, while you were out, I put on my pants all by myself." I have no idea why he emphasized every word, but then he smirked and turned and kept climbing the stairs. Big day. The kid is really going places. My oldest told me she used to control me from the inside when she was in my tummy. My 8-year-old son's doctor was trying to make him comfortable during an EKG by telling him he had to leave his ear with the doctor. They went back and forth for a while and finally the doctor said he would trade him the ear for a lollipop. My son said he would not give up his ear, but wanted the lollipop. The doctor said, "What? That is not a fair trade. What will you give me for the lollipop?" My son answered dead serious, "I get the lollipop and you get my respect." My son let out a high-pitched screech while playing a video game. Told him, "Dude, knock it off." A few seconds later I hear him whisper, "It's my battle cry." I was playing cops and robbers with my son and my niece, both about 3 at the time. They put me in the jail, the sofa, and proceeded to walk out of the room. As she's exiting, my niece turns to me with a deadpan face and goes, "Watch your back," then just leaves. When my sister was younger, she told her teacher that my dad was a clown. He actually owns an auto body shop, but I guess she thought he was pretty funny. Apparently the parent/teacher conference was hilarious. Your daughter tells us you're a clown. What an interesting career. What my son's immature mind was really thinking: "Dad, I have grown up watching you play that guitar, and it would mean a lot to me if I could carry on playing it once you no longer wish to." What he said: "Dad, can I have your guitar when you die?" Not my kid, but a friend of mine was trying to teach his daughter to pick up her toys when she was younger. When she didn't do it one time, he told her he was going to throw away everything that was still on the floor. She picked them up and put them in the trash can for him. My son did something similar. When he was being punished, my wife took everything, every toy, out of his room with him screaming and protesting the entire while. When she was done, he had the temerity to say, "You forgot my books." I thought my wife was going to stroke out. Had an Amber Alert hit my phone one night while my then 6-year-old was playing a game on it. She asks what that was, and I explained it's a message that gets sent out if a kid gets kidnapped. She looks at it again and sees it's for a town over 2 hours from where we live. She then asks me why they sent it if it's so far away. I said because they want everyone to look and find the kid. Wouldn't you want everyone to look if you got kidnapped? They want to find the kid so they don't get killed. She leans over close to my ear and whispers, "I'm very difficult to kill." I ran around telling everyone I was the most beautiful girl in the world. I even told my mom's friend that Shirley Temple was almost as cute as me. Used up all my confidence at 3. I was throwing my nieces in the pool and the 4-year-old grabbed a pool noodle and looked right at me to say, "Today, you're gonna get hurt." Sassy niece after first day in school. "I learned how to count to 11 today. I bet you can't." Weird flex, but wait. I indeed cannot count to 11. My 6-year-old son recently put his foot down, letting me know it was not okay for me to tell him what he could wear or not, because he is allowed to have his own fashion. Okay, fine. Shorts, sandals and one black sock it is. My 10-month-old son hates being changed. Recently he figured out that if he grabs his balls in a death grip with one of his hands, it makes it impossible to get the diaper on him. I die a little inside every time he does this. My son, 4 at the time, was, I guess, trying to impress the 6-year-old neighbor girl. He leaned casually on his arm and said, "I have lots of accidents. Pee and poop accidents. I hope for his sake his pickup lines improve." When I was 6, my absent father came back into my life briefly, and I paraded him around all of my friends bragging, saying, "This is my dad. I bet you thought I didn't have a dad, but I did." He was gone again within a month. My 3-year-old said to me the other day, "Mom, I feel, and I don't feel, like some profound genius." Not a parent, but when I was little I had a child therapist, and I told her very happily, and even in a bragging tone, that I was only 8 years old, and I already had a training bra. And I remember her just looking at me for a while, and going, "Okay." My son was watching me cut down a very small tree, like 6 inches across, very small, and the following occurred. "Son, wow, I've never seen someone cut down a tree that big before." Me, "Well, I mean, you've only seen one person cut down a tree so far, but you've only been alive for 5 years, so give it time." Son, "Excuse me? I've been alive much longer than that." Me, "Oh yeah. How long have you been alive then?" Son, 10,000 years. Me, "You know, I actually don't doubt that. He's a treasure." My son was in the tub and asked exactly how old he was. Me, "About 4 years, 10 months, and 4 days. After a few moments of deep thought, I heard him say quietly and reverently to himself, "And I haven't been bit by a single wild animal." Oh man. Still kills me. When my daughter was I think 8, we were in the pool throwing a beach ball around. I tossed it to her. She catches it then says to me, "Is that all you've got, old man?" So, my 7-year-old has always been eccentric. I started keeping a log of some things she says in passing on my phone when she was 3, and there are some good ones I feel apply to this thread. Something smells like chocolate and it's coming from the inside of my mouth. Yeah, well, I can read blank spaces. Chickens have chicken in their bodies. Most of these are responses to her older sister bragging about something she did to excel in school. Kids sure are dumb and hilarious. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you later, or somewhere else right now.